Okay, so for those that have been living under a rock, there is this word that's been going around the past few months or so. You may have heard of it or not, and that word is called
Quarantine.
or.
Isolation.
But yeah, I can make a lot of jokes about that topic if I wanted to, but it is a very serious situation that we are dealing with. So, and even though like some of the rules is going to be like less strict now, which is good, but it is still better to be safe. So I hope everyone is staying safe during these difficult times. But yeah, I kind of find it funny that the best suggestion that the government has is to remain isolated and stay away from talking to people. And I'm pretty much just here being like, what do you think I've been doing after all these years? So I figured that just for a little fun video, here is just some of the games I mostly have been playing during my time in quarantine. Because it's the best video idea I've got. Now before we actually get started, I should mention the video editing method from the previous video. Now this would be the part where I show off some gameplay videos, but my hard drive has died out and I'm not in the mood to switch around from my console to my computer room just to record hours of gameplay footage. So for now, I'm just doing what I can with the tools I've got, which means I won't be able to show gameplay videos until then. So if you're cool with all that, let's begin the topic with the first game I mostly have been playing during my time in quarantine is an RPG game called Fallout 4. Now I usually would choose Fallout New Vegas instead due to its awesome writing and fun quest to partake in, but I've already played it earlier this year and have made a review video on it as well. So I decided to skip it and move over to Fallout 4. Now this game is not an RPG masterpiece. It has its fair share of problems and it's not my favorite role-playing game. I would honestly prefer Fallout 3 than Fallout 4, but the one reason why I'm playing this game is because of survival mode. Even though I'm actually playing a different save data, not survival mode, please don't bash me in the comment section. I'm actually trying to see if I can beat the entire game from start to finish on survival. That's a good excuse to pass the time while in quarantine. And the really cool part is you can discover so many awesome and unique weapons to use on your enemies. So far I've spent 30 plus hours on Fallout 4, nowhere halfway into the campaign, and most of my time has been stuck on a certain spot I can't get past because I keep dying a lot. Press F in the comment section below, boys. The next game I've been playing is Wreckfest. If you're familiar with the Flatout series, then you will know just how much fun it is to race off-road and smash against other drivers. This is an absolute fun racing game. Everything you know and adore about arcade racing games is right there. Wreckfest is a tiny bit more simulated than the past racing games Bugbear Entertainment has made, but the little criticism I have is not a huge complaint. I never get bored of the races and the demolitions as well. And for any racing fans out there, I would strongly suggest you should pick this up. It's a lot of fun. Next up is Ratchet & Clank 2 Locked and Loaded / Going Commando depending on where you're at. I'm now getting to the point where I'm replaying old school childhood classics of mine, and this one is one of my childhood games. I was tossing up between Ratchet & Clank 2, 3 or A Crack in Time, but I eventually stuck with the second installment in the original trilogy. I really enjoyed going through planet to planet and bopping around to some funky, chilled and relaxing soundtrack. It's Ratchet & Clank, what more do you want? It's a game I've played for a very long time and it never gets boring for me, even if I'm stuck at home most of the time. The next game to talk about is WWE 12. So before the main wrestling game titles got butchered by the hands of 2K, there was a time where the WWE games were great. Each new release felt different and it was constantly in the good side thanks to THQ. WWE 12 to me is a pretty good wrestling game, which is why I don't mind coming back to this game every now and then. I am only playing it for one reason, and that's because of Universe Mode. It's an absolute fun time to go through the remarkable matches to see what the next outcome is for future rivalries, and plus the Road to WrestleMania storyline is a fun roller coaster to participate in. The next game I've been playing during quarantine is The Sims 4 for the PlayStation 4, how fitting. I'll just say that I love the Sims series. It's kind of like you're in a different reality and playing as someone else to accomplish some life goal dreams of theirs. I wish I can say the same for myself. I would love to do a mini-series playing this game because it's always unpredictable and you don't know what's gonna happen next. Right now I'm playing as the poorly created by yours truly of the Simpsons family. I can't wait to progress with the family to see how everything is going. And for some reason, if the area begins to snow, I can always call Mr. Plow to help get the job done. The next game I have to present is Rus. I'm not sure if anyone will remember this game. It's a strategy video game about war. You play as a commanding officer and your objective is to use soldiers, aircraft, and tanks to destroy the enemy base. You always have to think on the spot and come up with ideas on the fly, because if you stall, you could get taken out by the enemy. I am into the whole war games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, so this game is good in my book, even if some levels go on way longer than expected. It's an underrated game to me, and if you're into those types of games, I recommend trying this out. The final game, or set of games if you want to call it, is the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. It's hard to pick which one, so I say, screw it, I'll just play all of them during quarantine. Now, if you know me online, you would definitely know that Crash Bandicoot is my homie. I can't get enough of Crash Bandicoot. I have mostly been playing the PlayStation 1 versions at the moment due to nostalgia reasons. Crash 1 represents difficulty, which I don't mind. Crash 2 represents my first game I ever played and replayed as well. And Crash 3 represents the celebration of being a trilogy and possibly one of the best PlayStation 1 games of all time. They're all great games, and for some people that are wondering, yes, I also still play the Insane Trilogy on PlayStation 4, which is probably the best remake I've ever played. Okay, and that is pretty much it. Now, I have been playing a lot more games than what I've just shown. Like, a lot more. Heaps more. Tons more. But if I did show off every single game that I've played during quarantine, this video would probably go on way longer than it should. I mean, and I don't think anyone wants to really see me talk about quarantine games that I've been playing for around 2 hours. I don't think anyone would be interested in that. But all I was doing is showing you all what games I've been playing for the most part during quarantine. And you know, if I feel like playing some nostalgia, I can play Crash Bandicoot. If I feel like challenging myself for survival, then Fallout 4. Or if I feel like I want to take some creativity and storylines to the next level, then honestly, WWE 12 would be the one to go. But anyway, what are some of your games you've been playing during quarantine? Feel free to comment down below, following by leaving a like, sharing the video, and subscribing to the channel. And until next time, my name's... I was nearly going to say cheese and crackers. I mean, that's... But we all know that's pretty much long gone. My name's Justin from That PlayStation Nerd, telling you to keep calm and keep playing video games.